All right, Gretchen, murders have skyrocketed in the city of Chicago from 435 in 2011 to 506 in 2012, and 2013 shaping up to be even worse. So, just for the month of January, 42 separate murders. Now, Jesse Jackson, who lives there, begging for the federal government to help.
We must not adjust to these murders. The killing of our very young. More than 40 have been killed this year already. The numbers greater than Iraq and Afghanistan. We need help. More help than we have today. We need federal intervention.
And to make matters worse, the Chicago Police Department says it no longer is resourced to take every 911 call. Joining us right now, Senior Judicial Analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, do you blame them for saying we can't take every 911 call? We have to prioritize?
Well, I blame them for saying that they're not going to take a 911 call. The police always prioritize. Just like an emergency room in a hospital prioritizes. You save life first and property second. But when they announce to the city of Chicago and to the world, we're not going to deal with property crimes, don't expect us to respond to 911, that sends a message to the bad guys that it's everybody is fair game if it's just a property crime.
Homeland Security, there's a call out from Jesse Jackson to get Homeland Security involved in Chicago. It's a panic situation. That's
not the job of the federal government. It's the job of the city of Chicago to maintain health and safety in the streets.
But they can't afford it.
Well, then they have to prioritize how they're going to spend their money. If we get to the point where the federal government is going to send federal police into the United States cities, A, we'd have to amend the Constitution to do it. B, that would fundamentally alter the relationship between the federal government and individuals and the federal government and the states. There's simply no authority under the Constitution for the feds to do that. Now, I'm not talking about Reconstruction after the Civil War or the weeks immediately after Katrina, where there were no local police and they didn't have any resources whatsoever. I'm talking about ordinary, everyday law enforcement. The feds are not knowledgeable, they're not equipped, and they're not legally authorized to do it. Jesse Jackson should know that. The mayor of Chicago is his buddy. The mayor of Chicago is the buddy of the president of the United States. If they need financial assistance, they know how to get it. But there is no federal police department to put in Chicago or any city's streets.
The president says one of the reasons why we need stricter gun laws is because of what's happening in Chicago. But you say they're stricter there than anywhere else.
They're stricter in Chicago than anywhere else. Do you think it's a coincidence that the murder rate is so high? It's almost impossible to get a gun with which to protect yourself in Chicago.
All right, so if you call 911, I hope your emergency ends up getting it's like hitting the lotto. Hopefully they'll show up. Judge Andrew Napolitano, thanks so much.
Pleasure, Brian.
All right.